I mentioned one verse in this chapter. This is Pastor Preach. This is my day. And I'll get you out of here in just a minute, but I want us to read a little bit. It'll bless you. How many's glad that they found a resting place in the Lord?
Oh, yes.
Come on.
Yes.
I'm telling you, we need food and we need water. But Ronnie, a doctor, one of the most used phrases a doctor uses, after whether he examines a patient, gives them a prescription, or releases them from the hospital, he stresses, go home and get plenty of rest. And I'm telling you what, in a sin-cursed world, when the battle rages, aren't you glad that we found a resting place?
Amen.
When it seems like the enemy's got us far outnumbered, God provides us a resting place. Every one of you knows how it feels to get up in the morning and say, man, I got some rest. Kathy, worth more than anything money could buy. I miss Jinky this morning. Is he all right? Okay. But I'm going to read this and we're going to be dismissed after we take care of some other stuff. But chapter 32, II Chronicles. After these things and the establishment thereof, Sennacherib, the king of Assyria, came and entered into Judah and encamped against the fenced cities and thought to win them for himself. The enemy thinks he's got us defeated. He's in for surprise. When Hezekiah saw that Sennacherib was come, that he was purposed to fight against Jerusalem, he took counsel with these princes and these mighty men to stop the waters of the fountains which were without the city, and they did help him. So there was gathered much people together, who stopped all the fountains and the brook that ran through the midst of the land, saying, why should the kings of Assyria come and find much water? Also he strengthened himself, talking about Hezekiah, built up all the wall that was broken, and raised it up to the towers, and another wall without, and repaired Milo in the city of David, and made darts and shields in abundance. Now, I don't remember all of this. This is something you can study, and maybe some of my guys here that helps me so much. Is my memory telling me the right thing, that Milo was like a tunnel or a trench that went through the city? I'm thinking that he had a trench. He had a hiding place. Don't really matter. Hezekiah set captains of war over the people and gathered them together to him in the street of the gate of the city, and spake comfortably to them, saying, be strong and courageous. Be not afraid nor dismayed for the king of Assyria, nor for all the multitude that is with him. For there be more with us than with him. In verse 8, look at it. Hezekiah said to his people, he said, with him, talking about Sennacherib, he said, with him is an arm of flesh, but with us is the Lord God to help us and to fight our battles. Ronnie, this is a scripture that I used Sunday night that blessed me so much this week. And the people rested themselves upon the words of Hezekiah, king of Judah.
That's good. Yeah.
Then one more scripture in this chapter that Zach said he liked, and I do too. The Bible said in verse 19, said they spake against, talking about Sennacherib's people, the Syrian army. They spake against the God of Jerusalem as against the gods of the people of the earth, which were the work of the hands of man. And the Bible said, for this cause, in verse 20, Hezekiah the king and the prophet Isaiah, the son of Amos, prayed and cried to heaven. And it goes on in verse 21, said Hezekiah got a hold of brother Isaiah and they prayed. That's verse 20. But in verse 21, after Hezekiah and Isaiah prayed, God heard their voice and sent an angel from heaven and slew the army of armies that nobody thought could be defeated. But because two brothers prayed, victory was won. They didn't have to kill Sennacherib. They didn't have to even fight him. But said he returned to his own land shamefaced, and his own people, the people of his own bowels, slew him and destroyed him. And that's what the Lord will do for us. So I want to report victory this morning. I want to report victory. We're going up to the building.